And now we've come to our don't start. And it feels like it happens every time, Wes. It happened most recently with Trevor Lawrence. I said, I'm dropping Trevor Lawrence. I'm comfortable starting Baker Mayfield over Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is coming off his 2 best weeks of the season now. And on Tuesday, I said, Geno Smith, they wrote me off. Well, maybe you should have written back. Well, no, I guess you didn't write back still. Dude, it would be something else if it was like, it was against the Panthers. But 334 yards and 3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, what? Like, what is going on here? I mean, I think you probably only started Geno Smith maybe in dynasty leagues, maybe in 2 quarterback leagues, something like that. But if you started him, congratulations. Because, man, what a night he had. I mean, from the word go, 3rd play of the game, hits DK Metcalf on a deep slant, and DK goes 73 yards for a touchdown. And it's like, well, okay, I guess DK finally got his big play of the season. And then Geno Smith just kept going to him, dude. Like, it was like, I don't know what, Geno Smith with 36 fantasy points, DK Metcalf with 37.4 on 6 catches. Like, what? 6 for 134 and 3 touchdowns, his best week of the season. He scores as many touchdowns on Thursday night as he did all year up to that point. Like, we just talked about him. I just said I had him as a top 10 receiver. And gosh, it's been such a bad season. He was the wide receiver 34 coming into Thursday Night Football. And then he comes out and drops a 40-burger, more or less. Is this offense back? I mean, this is a no-joke defense they're going up against. What do we do with the Seahawks going forward? Because I think some people were in situations where they were not needing to start DK Metcalf. So what do we do here?
I don't know how many people were willing to bench DK just because we know he's that potent. But
yeah,
this is obviously the best performance he'll have of the year, not just because, there's 3 other games left or 4 other games, but I don't trust this as a playoff push. If I have, it's difficult to contain what this is, because ultimately, if you have DK, it's really hard to say don't start him, even though he has not been doing well. It just doesn't make sense to me to say, well, just bench him.
Sure.
Or to even look at this and be like, oh, lock him in forever, because you also know what he's done the entire season. And before Thursday night, there were people that were in situations like, I don't know if I should start DK Metcalf. You just have to pray that something else happens. What we can do, though, is look at the rest of the wide receivers for the Seahawks. Because Tyler Lockett looked the least like Tyler Lockett I've seen him in years.
Bad drop.
Dropped some passes.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yes. Was not clutch. He is one of the most clutch players in recent Seahawks memory. He has been one of the most reliable players.
Week 2
is one of the best. Oh, yes, there he is.
Week 2, he scores 2 touchdowns and scores the game winner against Detroit. And we're like, he's back. And then he goes into a slump, and then he comes back a little bit. But he did not look great. I mean, I think this, as strange as this sounds, and it wasn't a crazy stat line, I saw more, and it could be primetime. It could be that it was primetime, and it could be that I was watching the game every snap very closely. They're using JSN, dude. They're using JSN.
Oh my gosh.
He might be I think Jaxon Smith-Njigba has overtaken Tyler Lockett. As far as it's hard to, I don't know, as far as role on the team, as far as fantasy relevant wide receiver, maybe there are key third down plays, multiple on Thursday night, where Geno is locked in on JSN, where the offense has schemed up JSN to they've manufactured touches for him to convert these key third down plays. I remember in the pre-draft process, us going and us talking about him and hearing the report of when Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave and JSN were all at Ohio State together, and they asked each of them who the best wide receiver on the team was. And Olave said, we're all really, really pulling our weight. And JSN said, we're all really, really pulling our weight. And Olave and Garrett Wilson said, oh, it's JSN. Yeah, he's the best one here. I think we're seeing it. He looks great. He had a touchdown called back that was baloney, dude. Should have been.
I could not see that ball move.
I could not believe that play even happened. Just with the pass rush on Geno at the time, it looked like a vintage Russell Wilson play on the Seahawks, where he kind of just chucks one up in the air and hopes for maybe a PI call, and they get the PI call down to the 1 yard line still. But no, he should have had a touchdown. This should have been like a 25+ point night or something like that for him. It seems as though that it's going to go. It's still going to be. I still got to give him his flowers. Obviously, after a night like this, it's still going to be DK Metcalf. But right below him is going to be JSN, and I think we're seeing that. And that's what the Seattle Seahawks planned for. It's not that Tyler Lockett has maybe taken a step back or fallen off. It's just, hey, we got this opportunity to bring in this really talented guy, and they trust him, man. It's exciting stuff. I mean, Dynasty JSN owners, you're really feeling really good, but this was a game in which I think we both saw, Wes, it is a shifting of the tide for the Seahawks wide receiver room, I think, going forward. Is that fair to say?
It is completely fair to say, and we saw some glimpses of it during the season, but nothing that was ever completely quantifiable. You could never actually look and be like, oh, it's about to happen until Thursday night. Yeah. And it is about to happen for real. And I was just checking to see how much he's rostered in leagues, and it's 74%. So there's a slim chance that he could be available, and he would obviously be the waiver wire out of the week if he is available. But this guy, he might be a playoff winner.
He has the potential. Their playoff schedule for the Seahawks wide receivers is very nice. I actually want to pull that up just to emphasize this here. The Seattle Seahawks wide receivers in the fantasy football playoffs play the Philadelphia Eagles, who you can definitely throw the football against. They play the Tennessee Titans, who you can definitely throw the football against. And they play the Pittsburgh Steelers, who you can definitely throw the football against. So, yeah, it might be worth trying to see if this guy's out there. I know I know he is in at least one of my leagues, and so I'll be definitely going at him come Tuesday. But exciting stuff here for JSN, setting for the future of him. And again, just got to give props to DK Metcalf. What a monster night. I know the owners have been waiting on that all season. They've been waiting for the potential of this. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked back at his game logs over the years. I don't remember. I don't know if this is his first 3 touchdown game of his career. I probably isn't, but I can't remember the last one. So big night for DK.
I don't think he has.
And congrats to the owners there.